So I hope you can figure out that it's not a coincidence that you're surrounded by boxes everywhere. You take your stuff to a storage facility and put it in a box, Well, you put it in a box, and then the storage facility itself is a box, so it's a box within a box. You take your computer or your TV box. That's why they call it an idiot box. It's called an idiot box for a reason. Here's what's happening. I can see it clearly now. You got Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk trying to make outer space travel for the average human. You've got Mark Zuckerberg trying to put you in a metaverse. You got Elon trying to make electric cars. What they're doing is they're using all these different people, from Bezos, Zuckerberg, Elon. All these different people are trying to put you in a smaller and smaller cell, a jail cell. You travel to work, you go home. You go to work, you go home. You take your week's vacation, go back to work, go home. You take another week's vacation, you're in a box. You're like a rat. They're letting you run back and forth from one place to the other, but you're still in their little box. That's why they're talking about 15-minute cities. That's why they're talking about any and everything they're talking about is to slowly move you into a smaller and smaller box. And the corporate system, corp is corpse. Now, I can understand people want security, and I know how hard it is to live out it would be hard to live out like these homeless people live. I understand how hard that is. Miserable, So to create a box, it makes life a little bit easier, but if you can't recognize what they're doing, that's the problem. If you're look, most people are born in a family that's poor. The average person that I know is struggling. The average person I know is struggling. But they boxed you in. Before you were even born, this plan was an agenda. You were being boxed in. And those who are called out by God and can see the game, right in front of me is a box truck. It's all a bunch of boxes. The UPC codes. You scan a code on a box. Now, Home Depot, when they ship you stuff, now they don't even put the package slip on the outside of the box. It's inside the box. It's got some kind of scan barcode, If you get a bunch of shipments, you'll find out what I'm talking about. Right in front of me, going down the highway, is a porta potty box. I'm driving in a box, and I'm boxed in on the highway. You're born from a box, and you go to the grave in a box. The machine. They create these computer algorithms. It's considered a box. You send your code into this box, and there's an output. Does some calculations inside the black box, and it gives you an output. It's so obvious, it's not even funny. The whole thing is just to box you in. Legalism is a box. And on the one hand, you know, the cults and the isms, they're boxes. But on the one hand, you got to have a box until you get free, because the Bible talks about love your neighbors yourself. But if you don't have that agape love of God, you need a box to keep you from doing stupid stuff, you know. You need the rules and the laws to box you in, because the flesh is nothing but sin. So pretty much what you're doing is you're walking around before you get saved, you're walking around dead, so you're walking around dead, so you need a box. So that's what's happening. Most people are dead in trespasses and sins, so they need boxes to keep them boxed in till they can become spiritually alive, and then you get free. And the more spiritually alive you get, the more you wake up, the more you get tired of the box. And you see the hypocrisy in the box, you know. Any man-made system, any man-made box has contradictions. It's just like, it blows your mind, you know. Some crazy stuff. A box within a box in a box. To the right of me is a little box for the stoplights. The stoplight controls, to keep the weather from messing up the controls. It's sealed. Think about it. Why would they put why don't they just dig, when you die, why don't they just dig a hole and throw you down in the grave? But they put you in a box. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. And the only way to make sense of it is you're asleep. You go into a building and then go into a entrance. You go into the entrance and it's a trance. The box. Box within a box within a box. Boxed in. Box car. Box train. Box truck. In Christmas, you got a bunch of boxes. Christmas, everybody's got a box. They want to bring you a present. Present in the present. Got a box cooler in front.